Have you ever wondered why the person who hurts you the most is often the one you feel you cannot live without? Why does your heart race at their message, even after they have broken your trust again and again? There is a hidden psychological force at work here, something deeper than weakness and more complex than love. It is called trauma bonding, and it quietly rewires your emotional world without you even realizing it. Trauma bonding does not begin with pain. It begins with intensity. It begins with connection, attention, affection that feels electric and rare. Then, slowly, unpredictably, that warmth is withdrawn. The same person who once made you feel chosen now makes you feel insecure, anxious, uncertain. And just when you begin to pull away, they return with kindness, apologies, promises, and affection. This cycle is not random. It is a psychological pattern known as intermittent reinforcement, and it is one of the most powerful conditioning tools known in human behavior. When rewards are unpredictable, the brain works harder to obtain them. Your mind becomes focused, obsessed, hyper-aware. The occasional affection feels more valuable because it is scarce. The emotional highs feel higher because they follow devastating lows. Over time, your nervous system becomes trained to associate relief from pain with love itself. You are not addicted to the person. You are addicted to the emotional relief they provide after the distress they created. This is why leaving feels like withdrawal. Your brain has learned to chase the next moment of reassurance, the next apology, the next flash of tenderness. You may tell yourself you are staying because you care, because you see their potential, because you remember how beautiful it was at the beginning. But beneath those explanations lies a deeper truth. Your brain has bonded to the cycle. The confusion, the longing, the hope, the anxiety, they are all intertwined. And the more unpredictable the pattern becomes, the stronger the attachment can grow. This is not a failure of character. It is a predictable response to psychological conditioning. The real question is not why you are weak. The real question is whether you are ready to understand what is happening beneath the surface of your emotions. To truly understand why trauma bonding feels so powerful, you must look beneath emotion and into biology. Your brain is not designed to analyze love logically. It is designed to seek safety and reward. When affection is given, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical associated with pleasure and motivation. When connection feels secure, oxytocin strengthens attachment and trust. But when affection is suddenly withdrawn, stress hormones like cortisol flood your system, creating anxiety and emotional pain. In a healthy relationship, consistency regulates this cycle. In a toxic one, inconsistency intensifies it. The unpredictable alternation between warmth and rejection keeps your nervous system on high alert. You begin scanning for signs of approval, replaying conversations in your mind, adjusting your behavior to avoid the next emotional withdrawal. Have you noticed how you may feel responsible for their moods, as if managing them could restore harmony? That is not love. That is psychological survival mode. The brain, when exposed to repeated emotional volatility, becomes conditioned to seek relief from the very source of distress. This is why arguments followed by reconciliation can feel intoxicating. The relief after tension creates a powerful emotional high, reinforcing the bond even further. Consider someone who promises change after every painful episode. They cry, they confess, they swear it will never happen again. In those moments, hope surges through you. Your brain interprets the temporary kindness as proof that the connection is real and worth saving. Yet the pattern repeats, and each cycle deepens the attachment. You may begin isolating from friends, doubting your perceptions, minimizing the harm because the moments of affection feel so meaningful. Suspense builds not because you are unaware of the damage, but because part of you is waiting for the next reward. The unpredictability keeps you invested. It mirrors the same psychological mechanism that makes gambling addictive. The uncertainty of the outcome strengthens the drive to keep trying. You start believing that if you just love harder, communicate better, become more patient, the stability you crave will finally arrive. But the truth is unsettling. The instability is the glue. The chaos is not accidental. It is the hook. And until you recognize that your nervous system has been trained to equate intensity with intimacy, You may continue mistaking emotional turbulence for passion, confusing survival chemistry with destiny. The moment you recognize the pattern is the moment your power begins to return. Awareness interrupts conditioning. When you understand that your attachment is being fueled by cycles of tension and relief, you stop romanticizing the chaos and start observing it. Instead of asking, "Why can't I let go?" you begin asking, "What is this cycle teaching my nervous system to crave?" That shift in questioning changes everything. Breaking a trauma bond does not start with cutting contact. It starts with rebuilding clarity. It requires you to separate intensity from intimacy and unpredictability from passion. Real love does not require you to shrink, to monitor every word, or to earn back affection that should never have been withdrawn as punishment. Healthy connection feels steady, not dramatic. It feels safe, not addictive. Yet your body may resist this truth at first. You may feel restlessness, longing, even panic when distance is created. That discomfort is not proof that you belong together. It is evidence that your brain is recalibrating. Just as muscles ache when they grow stronger, your emotional system protests when it is no longer fed the highs and lows it became accustomed to. Imagine choosing stability over intensity, peace over adrenaline. Imagine waking up without analyzing someone else's mood before you analyze your own. This is not fantasy, it is psychological freedom. The process begins with small acts of self-trust, documenting patterns instead of denying them, reaching out for support instead of isolating, setting boundaries even when your voice shakes. Each act weakens the bond. Each moment of clarity strengthens your independence. You are not meant to be controlled by intermittent affection or manipulated by emotional withdrawal. You are meant to experience connection that nurtures rather than destabilizes you. The deeper lesson within trauma bonding is not about the other person. It is about reclaiming authority over your own mind. When you learn how your brain responds to conditioning, you gain the ability to choose differently, and in that choice lies transformation. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.